Hello all V-teamers. I'm here at the Emergency Operations Center in Basking Ridge. This is a center that is overseeing what's happening on networks and with our business. We have this across the globe, different centers, and they're operating 24/7. They're always critical, but maybe even more critical in times like this when we have the coronavirus. And let me talk about the coronavirus a little bit as well. First and foremost, as I said before, the most important is keep the safe and healthy of us, all our employees. That's very important. But it's also extremely important to keep the networks up, because the whole nations are relying on the infrastructure working in times like this. And that's why it's so important for us to continue to see that we can actually serve all the customers and all the businesses with our networks. We will implement a work from home strategy that will go out later today. But it's also important to understand that it's not practical for all of us. Some of us actually has to be in the office or with the customers in order to keep this up. And we will do everything to keep you safe. And again, we have the resource page where we have all the information that you can get when you have questions or doubts, where we update it constantly. So once again, we will continue to see that the health and safety of all of us is the most important, but we also need to keep up the infrastructure that is so important and so many people and customers are relying on.
Hans, thanks so much for that update. Here with Christy and Joe now to go a little bit more in depth on those things. Christy, let's start with the work from home piece that Hans mentioned, please.
Thanks, Jeremy. And I know this is on the minds of a lot of our employees. So as you know, the World Health Organization has now declared coronavirus a pandemic, and many governments and municipalities around the world, including also here in the United States, are looking for containment strategies and looking to reduce travel, reduce people in the workplace, and they're asking companies to help them with that. So starting today, people will be hearing from their supervisors and their leaders how we could deploy that at Verizon for the month of March while we understand how this pandemic is spreading or getting contained. And we also recognize that in a crisis, the world and our customers are relying on the Verizon network to be able to stay connected and be able to help support each other. So that's why there will be many of our employees that we need to rely on to continue to work. But where we have folks that can be done and work from home, we're trying to figure out that right balance. And everybody should hear from their supervisor and their leader starting today. And by Friday, they'll know how it affects them personally.
All right, Christy, good to know about that. Now, Joe, we saw Hans in our Emergency Operations Center. What role is that playing in the role that your team is doing right now?
Yeah. So the Emergency Operations Center plays many roles. We interface with government agencies, the World Health Organization and the CDC, but we also interface with employees and buildings to really gather facts and make sure that we're responding appropriately to the situation at hand, to make sure our employees stay safe and that we get the proper information out to them so that they can respond in kind.
Mm-hmm. A lot of information out there. I want to highlight the page where you can go visit. It's the coronavirus resource page, both on VZ Web and The Street. We'll obviously keep folks updated. Thank you both so much. And until next time, you're up to speed.